Hi friends, so quick thing before we dive into talk about the last episode, which was so freaking amazing. Oh my gosh. Again, I want to mention that I am planning on sooner than later maybe getting into Patreon, pulling back a bit from work in November, the soonest, because October is kind of crazy month where I work, and I actually really like where I work, and I respect the people I work with, and I don't want to just drop out. So, and also I still have to create a business plan, I still have to figure some things out, and I also need to make sure that there's actually people that are going to be supporting it. And if we're going on percentages, the amount of subscribers I have, the amount of actual views I have, the amount of actual commenters, the amount of actual who even give money for Patreon, even if it's like $1, $3, or $5, is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So I don't want to just completely go on full time because I have no idea what to expect, and I still have bills to pay, like big bills to pay. So I need to be smart about it. So that's why I said at the soonest it's going to be in November. But because again, there's financial things that are going to be happening eventually soon with my family, which is certain things not happening to me, but to someone I love in my family. And because I just want to be able to prepare not only financially to be not a burden on my own family, but also to kind of lighten some financial burdens for my family. So that's where I kind of am right now. That's why I was like, okay, no, I think I want to get into doing a Patreon way sooner than later. Especially if I wait till 10,000 subscribers, that's going to be in like 4 years, apparently, according to that website that you can like look up people's channels and figure out stuff. And monetization, that's why I've added ads for monetization, but that can only, again, still a pocket change every few months at the soonest. And, the more anime I do, and, if I adding halftime ads kind of does really help, actually. But still, you never know what's going to happen. And also, one of my best friends and I were chatting, and my state hosts a big giant concert series, a weekend thing, during the summers. Well, they moved it from the summer into the fall, actually. It's going to be happening really soon. And so we had a suspicion that after that series of concerts happens, my governor is going to lose his mind, or actually release the crazy, and shut down things that really don't need to be shut down, especially for our state, and maybe even put out some mandates, which is just completely and utterly asinine. You know what I'm talking about. So, because again, my state's a butt kisser to the noodle brain that's currently the president, I just want to give you a heads up that who knows, depending on what comes down from the stupid people who run my state, who knows what's gonna happen, and if certain mans come through, then hey, guess what? This will be full time. Anyway, just wanted to give you that heads up. But without further ado, we're actually, and again, in terms of live action shows, I forgot to mention this last episode, I think only 6 episodes as of right now, maybe 7 episodes of Stargirl have aired. I reacted to 3, the third one, my reaction should be coming out soon, and then I still have to play some catch up with that, and then I have to play catch up with Supergirl, and then my hope is, starting in October, I'll finish Wonder Woman. I will finish Wonder Woman, actually, and or at least finish what I have of it, since I'm missing a DVD. I'll finally get a clear batch of 25, and I do want to hurry up and actually get into Superman Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, because this year was the 20th anniversary, I believe it was, of Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, and I'm like, or that the 20th, it should be older than that, sorry, the 25th, I think, the 25th, I think it started in 1997, or no, 93. It's the same age as I am. Anyway, this year was like a major, maybe 30, I don't know, it's a major anniversary for Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. That being said, I really want to get to that way sooner than later, so I gotta just get Wonder Woman done, but I gotta play catch up on all of my live action shows. Of course, anime is mainly working out. Craziness. Anyway, this last episode was absolutely, it was fire, it was lit, it was amazing. I was completely utterly surprised by it. I was like, whoa, was not expecting any of that what to happen at all. This episode, we're actually getting into the fight, some really cool like Shinsu Deku rematch stuff, and apparently poor Deku's gonna have to deal with 6 more quirks coming in from the previous holders of One for All. So It's gonna be a really rough ride, I think, from here on out for poor Midoriya. Without further ado, let's actually finally dive in. There's a countdown timer if you can follow along on YouTube. There's no sound, partial image. Let's go. That was crazy, though. This was crazy. Blood. Like how he says can't say Vlad, he says blood. Because he can't say the V's. It's kind of funny. Again, I've noticed they are doing a little bit more than usual. Like I said, the previous ons. Boom. Because this episode is a lot more of like reused footage. Now that part was the same scene, but also slightly edited different. Ooh, pulling backwards. It is an odd bra. I love that face. Yeah, so like I said, this they've been doing more this particular arc just to stretch it out, doing a bit more of previous footage. I think because last week was so intense, they just didn't do that A versus B thing because they're already in the middle of a fight. I was hoping for a Kendo Momo scene. Whatevs. Oh, still no. So I guess if his name is actually Vlad, then I'm guessing that this school probably, if they can speak Japanese, obviously, they're gonna hire maybe some international heroes. Now, Toshinori All Might, he's Japanese, but he spent a lot of time in the States. So, but we have the one girl who, where is she supposed to be from originally? The one transfer student. I can't remember where she's supposed to be from. Which is probably why her Japanese, again, sounds kind of weird. Which is cool, you know, let's do it more and more. You're kind of like, oh, why does that sound weird? It's cool to be able to start picking up on things like that, even though I don't speak a lick of Japanese. Aizawa was there to kind of, you know, put things in. Good for him to be close to. But also, I think he's trying to put some trust into Shinso, too. Yeah. I like how they all, like, sit. They're so determined. I mean, look at that. They all want to win, yeah. It's cool and a little crazy. Nicer than you look. I guess I am. Yes, he is. He's a big softie. We know this. Nah. his arm is torn up again. He's gotta use his quirk. Shinso, why are you just letting them talk, man? Like, get on there, stop them. Oh, some of her break dancing moves. Good boy. A great buckler. Hey, he protected her. Forgot about that one. Hey, my boy's thinking. He's not my boy, I don't want him, but... Great pinky combo. She threw him. That's good. It's good. Bakugo knows what's going on. I'm not meant to be a protagonist. I like he's like, I'm just a supporting character, but I'm gonna embrace it. Oh no. Doosh. Yeah. Oh, she helps him float. Especially because he's working quirkless. It's fascinating. But interesting, he can't really copy One for All. He got a taste of it, but then it pooped out. He's so cute. From nothing. Oh, interesting. I like it when he goes in teacher mode sometimes. He just puts his hair back. We'll just die. So he's kind of letting him know, like, hey, we're not wasting our time on something pointless. Like, I'm not wasting my time with you. Which is kind of also his way of just giving him courage that you're not a waste of time. This is not a waste of time. Yeah, he does. Nice! I also like how the holders of the quirk are just all so different from each other. Like their designs, their personalities. Using all of us. So he had a bit of control there, and he was like, I'm not as stressed out as earlier. So he was like, okay, let's do it. So the idea is that also he'll be able to eventually instinctively learn to use. He goes, master all of our quirks. So they're, at least thankfully, they're coming one by one. And I guess they're also doing that because not only is it the power thing, but it's a spiritual thing. So I wonder if they can choose when the time comes for him to get it. But it's very clear that when they do, the quirk does come out, does manifest. That it, because it's power juiced up with one for all, it comes, it's a little uncontrolling. But now Midoriya at least has some idea that more is going to come. He might be, at least emotionally speaking, better prepared. Doesn't mean he'll always know when that's going to come and how it's going to manifest and if there's anyone around him. But at least he'll kind of, if it happens, he'll be like, oh, this must be the new quirk, one of the new quirks. But yeah, he's going from just like a pure power type for people to something even new coming out and about. And it still comes across as a manipulation of energy, just the way that the Black Whip is. But it's gonna make him very crazy and deadly. And Bakugo's gonna be probably so mad. Like, I am proud of Shinso. I like how he also likes cats. You know, brooding boys of a feather. That's new. Yeah, exactly. Because it's on my side. I mean, we're going on season 1 throwbacks. This is a nut. I know these are all supposed to be happening in seconds, but it's funny when they are drawn out. I know, he can turn things around pretty fast in his head and heart. New power, buddy boy. So he still has to work and practice with that. It has to be more. But we got a taste of it, though. Kind of going back to the basics again with him. But he's retreating. Again, a lot of these flashbacks. Only season 1 flashbacks for earlier episodes. They really are doing some space filler stuff. And they're really dragging out some of these things. I had a feeling. Oh, what is she? Oh my gosh. He's telling her, don't worry about me, go to the others. Did she listen? I think she did. I'm liking the use of the 3. Oh, that transition was nice. The 8% still. Instead. So he just lightly touched him. A mobile god bot. Are they actually gonna lose? Oh, Yagura! Oh, now they're losing, and he's kind of knocked out. Nice. Yeah, she went. Ooh, her little things that she learned took her out. I like how her final power move is just a good sock to the jaw. I like how she's like, no, I need to go. I need to trust. Again, this really, I think, was not only to see how far they've come with their quirks, but also to make sure that they actually have learned to trust their teammates, no matter who they're assigned to. Which is really, really good, actually. I'm actually going to win this. I wasn't expecting that, but I like that. And it makes sense how they're winning. None of the wins have felt like cheap or kind of favoritism. None of the losses have felt like undeserved. They won. What is she doing? Look at her. This very bad. She plays immediately. What is with these signs? A wins. Dang. By 1 win. Oh, look at Momo. Because she lost. Yeah, it is. Honey. He's a smart kid. Not the answer he wants to hear, but it's a sensible one. Yeah. Too much of a depression. Ooh. And shut up. Shut up, Mia! She has. She's a good leader. She's not completely noble. Mm-hmm. Everybody does, buddy boy. Yeah, it's. Oh, Shinzo. Oh, I was expecting more like the others, but okay. Oh my gosh, I was like, what the heck was that? I keep adjusting. I know. Okay, last episode was more of like a moment. This episode was kind of a bit calmer versus last one, which is unsurprising because it's kind of trying to bring to close. I like how he was like, what the heck? Interesting how the two dark boys, sad boys, picked up really quickly that it was something dark and nasty that kind of came out. And even Kirishima was like, that's very different than a power. Like, it's a huge it's not a power quirk. It's just kind of, it's weird. Whatever it was is, it's not the same. It's not like an extension of it. So even he was like, this is weird, whatever that was. Midoriya was honest as he could be. He's like, I don't know what that was. And it scared me. Like how, I guess Shinjo was like starting to go on and he's out like, shut up! No one's asking that of you. Just like, this is for you to pass. You know, pass or fail. One of those things for that. I like how he's like, I don't want just to have a passing grade. I want to like do more than that. I want to go beyond that. Oh wait, I'm just a preview. Oh good. So next episode's gonna pick up where we left off and talk more about the previous exam and the things they're going through. So Bakugo's involved in that conversation, which is great. Very next episode. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be great. So next episode's gonna be really amazing with Mirio and actually, interestingly enough, picking up where we left off and kind of talking more and more about what happened last episode. Because I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't there be more discussion? So I'm glad that there will be more discussion. Oh, let's go into actual review and talk. Okay, my friend. So I really was going to go to the gym tonight, but then again, like I said, I looked at my schedule and I went, you know what? No, I can actually go to the gym much like later on during 3 different times during the week. and be able to like get this edited, get these 2 episodes edited, as well as get Stargirl edited, so that way like everything that I've recorded so far has been edited, which is great, and then I can move forward on recording new material, especially for the live action shows, which I'm so behind on. Jeez Louise. So I do want to, just before we talk about this episode, I do want to do a video eventually once we get into October about what my plans are for the Patreon, what it would look like, what the different tiers would look like, what the access would look like. I like the idea of a Discord. Everyone seems to do that, so I don't see why not. It might be kind of fun, or it might be an utter nightmare. Who knows how that'll go. Especially because I don't have a Twitter anymore. Most people don't. And Discord, I guess, is really just about chit-chatting. So that would be kind of fun. Not that I would be on it all the time. I probably would just be on it to just, talk about future episodes, what plans are for the channel, things like that. It would be kind of something periodic I would use for more communication. And more direct back and forth communication, though I do a lot of communicating on the community page here on YouTube. So again, check out the community page for my channel, because I do make announcements like, hey, when things are going to be late and stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure what to expect with a Discord, but I like the idea of maybe doing one. I like the idea of voting rights. I would still do a poll, I think, on YouTube, but I would also, but in the end, the Patreon poll would have more weight to it. I like the idea of not people just randomly getting to choose what the next anime is, but also me like, hey, here's what I'm thinking could be the next animes for Anime Thursday, or the shonen anime, or whatever, or more of a long-term one. Which one should be next? So I've talked about, after I finish Hibike Euphonium or Sound Euphonium, I like the idea of going right into K-On! I don't know if I like the idea of maybe going into another long-term anime like Haikyuu, or shifting directions and doing an anime I'm not used to doing, which is Clannad. I don't really do romance animes, but that might be kind of fun. It's also a KyoAni, but one where I think there's already a manga and KyoAni is doing the style of the manga. So that might be interesting to do. I like the idea of early access. I don't know if I would do early access just for the $1 or do for the $3. I'm just playing with a couple ideas of just, access to previously blocked reactions that really can't be on YouTube anymore. Early access, just stuff like that. Kind of figuring out what goes where. Moving forward. So I do want to do a video like that. And maybe not, we might actually end up doing a live stream. I like that idea better. So I'm gonna look at my calendar. It will probably be a Sunday night because I don't work Sundays. So I like the idea of maybe, let's do this. Let's just say it right now, and I'll make an official announcement when we get closer. Of doing on October the 17th. Why don't we do this? October 17th, halfway through October, I would have a better idea of where I am, personally speaking, in my life. Let's do, unless something really big comes up, let's shoot for October 17th, 8 p.m. I think 8 p.m. works great. Sunday. Let's go for a live, I haven't done a live video in a while, let's do that, and let's do a live video Patreon discussion. So we're going to talk in more detail about, hey, here's what I have planned now, what do you think works, what do you think not, because in the end, you guys are going to be giving me your money. If this works out, so I don't want to waste it. What the first immediate goal should be, because again, I especially since again I do have a job, so a lot of the goal would be the money from the Patreon would feed into the channel, either through technology or other means. Again, I don't know if I would ever get an editor, but I would love to have somebody be able to come in and put subtitles on my videos. I would love that. I just don't have the time to do that, and it just seems like it's a really long process. So I would love somebody to be able to trust them and give them access and have them be able to put subtitles in. So I like that, to me, be able to move forward and do that, but who knows what'll happen. Anyway, is there anything else to do? No, there's nothing else to say about the channel. But I guess of right now, officially October 17th, we're 8 p.m. Again, I will do an official announcement closer to the date. Will be a Patreon discussion. So it'll be not a Patreon page launch, but it'll be a discussion about what that would look like. and maybe get a better idea of the date of when it would actually kick off. You know, theoretically, the soonest it would kick off would be Monday, November 1st, but we don't know. Anyway, let's actually talk about this episode. This episode was fun. It brought last episode to a close. It's interesting to see how the sections of this episode are going to feed into the next one in terms of actually I'm not even drinking this. In terms of to the next episode, which would be think them talking about what happened. Looks like we're gonna have a very important one for all for one talk with Bakugo involved, which I think he should be. He knows about it, and I think he'd be really helpful. Is there anything else to add for that? No, this episode was great. The other, Midoriya focused on Shinso, and everything kind of went the direction that they were expecting. Shinso and Midoriya, went one-on-one. Uraraka trusted, because she does respect him, and went and helped the others. Because she did that, they actually were able to stop him and win. So, and all her little techniques, again, taking that girl out, hitting, I don't know, where you're, here probably, okay, hitting the back of her head, kind of like knocking her out or locking her kind of a little unconscious or dizzy, taking down the other girl, helping them out. Everybody was kind of doing their part, which is really cute, and Mineta and Mina actually worked really well together, which I wasn't expecting. Mineta hasn't changed in a lot of ways. No one. But we see him being more Midoriya-like, where I bet he took inspiration from Full Cowling, and was like, because his little grape balls don't stick to him, he was like, okay, I'm gonna randomly throw them around, but then I also, if we do it right, I can strategically bounce off them. And Mina, because of her dance abilities, she'll do a pirouette, but because of her acid slime, she doesn't have any friction. So once she started going, she could spin really, really fast, because when she's using her slime, she's frictionless. She can go really, really fast. And because she's strong, she can really throw Mineta. He's little. And as he bounces, picks up speed and kind of cool physics. Anyway, everybody did great, and a team from paper, looking at paper, it would seem like not a very strong team, kicked butt. They captured everybody. But also, this was supposed to be, how long was the fight? Are these fights supposed to be 5 minutes, 15? So they are dragged out a while to make them seem like things are going on for a really long time. And there are moments where it's like, oh my gosh, Shinso, just take him down, just do this, why are you standing there? But calling the Power Rangers, these moments are happening, they're slowed down for the audience, but they're actually in reality happening so fast that can't really be very different. Everything happened in real time. You'd be like, whoa, this is how you couldn't be able to follow it. But I am proud of them, and I really would have been okay if they lost somehow, but I think the fact that they won, because again how much Uraraka has grown, that Shinso, he's still amazing, but he is a bit of a handicap because he doesn't have quite the level of training everybody else. And not only physically speaking, but his mind hasn't been trained, his thought process hasn't been trained to be more heroic. And we do see as they mature, Bakugo is a big example, as they move forward and mature, yes, they're coming out with more moves, but they're maturing not only as an individual, but as leaders. So moments like this remind us that Uraraka is a great leader. I like how Monoma was like, yep, I'm the supporting character, but that's okay, because I can still surprise you. I think that's hilarious. He kind of like, I guess for him, being a supporting character, it wouldn't be an insult. But yeah, this arc was really fun. I could see why people, I know it was a bit frustrated too, because again, they had so many flashbacks, not only to previous episodes, but like the first season. The previous sections, the recaps were a little bit longer than normal for me. And so, I'm sorry. And so I was like, and some things just felt like they were really dragged on a little bit. Not like Naruto level dragged on, but like dragged on for them, for the show. So yeah, this arc was fun and necessary, for sure. But it was really more of a very arc with some really cool moments. The moments with Ida and and his improvements there. Oh, that was painful. Gross to watch. Like those with his burners and Bakugo's growth and him like working well with the team and that craziness with One for All. But whatever's going on with Midoriya, it really has been building and building and building, and now the power, now One for All is ripe to officially, I think, take down All for One, and that's a lot on a young boy. But I guess All for One still has some connection to that quirk because he can kind of, it's very much like the Force. He can sense his brother. It's interesting. Next arc's gonna be like the second half of the season's gonna be crazy, isn't it? All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.